Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Sunday live stream, or maybe Saturday night if you're on the other side of the world. In this week's live stream, a bit of an impromptu one, I wanted to go over some of my favorite Australian YouTube channels. And I know there's a lot more than just Australian YouTube channels out there in relation to film photography, which is what I'm focusing on. But that would be a much longer video or live stream, and I feel like it's just nice maybe to sort of share a bit of my local scene down here in Australia. And I know that a lot of you guys viewing my audience, a lot of it is an Australian audience, although we are outweighed by the audience overseas. Maybe even some of you guys might enjoy checking out some of these oftentimes smaller YouTube channels in relation to film photography especially. If I was to mention everyone out there, it would take way too long. And even when it comes to the Australian channels I'm mentioning, I know I'm going to miss a lot. And the thing is, as much as I love to watch every film photography YouTube channel I can, it is a bit hard to sort of keep up with all of them. So just making sure everything's working well here. Hopefully audio and video is working all right. And cool, I've got Richard G. Hey from North Carolina. Hey, so thanks for joining. And again, yeah, if you are from overseas, stick around if you like. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite Australian YouTube channels. I feel like, we deserve a little bit more attention down here, and there's some people producing some great work in regards to whether it's YouTube channels or otherwise. But the cool thing is, excuse me, I feel like in this lockdown period over the last, 6 months or so, with 2020 being such a crazy year in that regards of people being forced to live and operate differently, there have been quite a few people starting YouTube channels, which is great. And I've been really enjoying seeing some of these people creating work, sharing their workflows when it comes to film photography or even otherwise. And because I've noticed quite a few popping up that I've been watching, and a lot of great Aussie channels, which I'm always trying to support and share, I thought I'd make this list. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Thanks for joining, and let me know where you're based in case you are here, if you're not. And as I go through these, please remember that I probably will miss some, but part of the reason I'm doing this is so that you guys can share some of your suggestions with me for any other Aussie YouTube channels that you think I should check out. And I've tried to include ones, so my list is pretty limited, it's under 10, but I've tried to include ones that have been relatively active and posted at least a few videos in the last year or so. And I know I've probably missed some, but I've just went through my subscription list. And cool, hey, Vincent Perry Jr., how's it going, man? Thanks for joining. Got someone from Japan, thank you. The old camera guy, hey, man. Ohio, yeah, so Ohio, UK. And like I said, the majority of the audience watching my channel is from overseas, but I thought it's my sort of not obligation, but my desire to want to share some of these smaller Aussie channels. So I hope you guys watching from overseas enjoy them too. And if you are watching this video live stream, you can sort of skip ahead and maybe check out the list that I've already put in the description if you want to jump ahead and get those links. So let's change to my browser view here. Cool. So hopefully you guys can see that. And straight off the bat, the first channel I wanted to share that I've been enjoying watching recently, one of the channels that I'm pretty sure started up during this sort of year of the coronavirus lockdown period, and that is Ben Drogue. He's got a great channel based here in Melbourne, so a local Melbourne creator, and he puts out some really great, well-produced videos. How many months now? So at least over the last few months, as you can see, but he's been pumping out a consistent rate of good content over the last month or two, really. So that's really great. Definitely check him out. And again, I'm going to put these links in the description of the video. And one of the last things he did, I haven't watched it quite yet, but let's go to this. It'll show up chronologically. Was the video on the pen, Olympus pen EE2. So next up. And these are in no particular order of favorites or anything like that. They're actually just, they are in a particular order, which is alphabetical, sort of. So that's kind of how I went through my list and picked them out alphabetically. So it's not who's been creating for the longest or who I think is the best. It's not really about that. I just want to share some of these newer up and coming channels with you guys. Rod from Sydney. Mitch, raining here in Sydney. Feels like Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne's pretty cloudy right now. Hopefully it'll clear up. Chicago, Portugal. Wow. And Alistair from Canberra. Thanks for joining, guys. All right, next channel I want to share with you guys is a photographer from, I think he's from New South Wales or Queensland. Now, I'm not really sure, but it's Chris Memmett. And his channel, I think, has also started he started it quite a few years ago, but I think he started to really focus on the channel and put out photography and specifically film photography related content from about, let's say, a year ago here with the HP5 video. But over the last few months, he's been putting out some really high quality stuff. He has a really sort of refined taste when it comes to the videos he's producing and the scenes that he photographs. A lot of great photography on medium format around places like Coolangatta, probably a bit of Queensland there. So I think he's up in that sort of either northern Queensland or northern New South Wales or southern Queensland side of things. And definitely check his channel out. Well worth a subscription. And yeah, he's only been doing stuff for a few months, but he's really doing quite well. So next channel I wanted to share is another Melbourne local, and that's Deanschutz. So how many videos we got here? Yeah, not a huge amount, but he started pretty recently. I think maybe he started the channel due to having extra time during lockdown, and his production quality is really great. That's what I love about Dean's channel. We've had a couple of message exchanges on Instagram. Hopefully, because he's based in Melbourne, we can do some kind of collaboration soon. And I think that'll be really cool. But yeah, he's got some great videos where he goes out and shoots some sort of guides to cameras and things like that. And I think his first channel was a sort of a vlog style video in Japan, which is really cool. All right. So next up is Frames Per Second. This is Josh, based over in Brisbane, in Queensland. And Josh has been producing videos for quite a while longer now. So like a bit longer than this lockdown period that a lot of other smaller channels started during. But Josh puts out heaps of great videos where he just goes out. He's usually out in the field shooting film, and he's probably shot the majority of film stocks out there. And he's got this great consistency in the fact that he goes out and shoots these rolls, tests them out, uses them on portrait sessions, and yeah, he's been doing stuff for quite a while now. And I've met Josh when he visited Melbourne some time ago. You might have seen the video he put up, or you may not have, but definitely check out his channel if you haven't. And yeah, he does some great work, especially when it comes to his portrait photography. Cool. And Josh is probably going to watch this later, because I always put up these streams when he's working on a Sunday. So yeah, good work, Josh. And I hope more people check out your channel. So Cody Wood in the comments. My name is Cody. I'm from Brisbane, Australia. I'm also a film YouTuber. Cool, man. Yeah, this is great, because I was hoping to use this as a platform to find out about more channels. And what I'm going to do is go back through these comments just to sort of save time. If you guys have any of your own channels that you want to share, or friends or channels you like that I haven't mentioned in this video, put them in the comments, either in the live comments or in the normal comments, and I'll go back later and subscribe to them and check them out. All right, so Lockie Pern is the next channel I want to share. He's only got a few videos over the the main film photography focused video was a great one. It was shooting film in the mountains, he called it. I'm pretty sure he's also based in Melbourne here. And that was a great video. And although this is a still pretty young channel, I know he had intentions to put out more film photography content on YouTube. So I hope he gets back into it and makes a few more videos, because I think he's got some great potential there, especially for a local Melbourne-based channel. All right, the next one up is Lewis Williamson. If you guys haven't heard of Lewis, I think he's been really putting in the work over the last few months, growing his channel. He's even been on a podcast that I listened to with a guy based over in the UK. It was a really interesting chat to listen to. And Perth being my hometown, I had to mention Lewis. And I think he's been doing stuff for about a year now. And he's got some great videos, especially shooting a lot of medium format, really in-depth insight into the process of shooting, why he might take photos a certain way, the gear, why he's made certain lens selections. So definitely check out Lewis, based over in Perth. Next one I want to mention is Renata.jpg. So this channel, I think Renata's based over in Sydney, but she's been doing stuff for the last, let's say, 6 months now, judging by this first video. And really great sort of vlog style videos, really personal. Not a huge amount yet, but again, she's someone I hope keeps putting out videos, because there's, I think, a lack of, Australian YouTube channels based focusing on film. And what she did put out during this last 6 months has all been really great stuff. And I really enjoyed the last video, which was taking portraits outside in this really rocky oceanside location with a rolly cord. Great imagery. She's a great photographer and really great presentation. So check out renata.jpg. All right. Just checking through the comments. So Richard G, highly recommend Lewis. Yeah, Lewis does some great stuff. So I think he's definitely one to add to your list. I've been looking for some Pentax 67 users on YouTube. Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, so Lewis does use Pentax 67. A lot of his videos are focused on that, so definitely check him out. And sorry, your name's written in Japanese, I'm assuming, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I can't read kanji, unfortunately, but yeah, check out Lewis. There's a lot of Pentax 67 users out there that you'll easily find on YouTube. Cody, discovered you on YouTube. Cool. Yeah, I've got to check out your channel, Cody. That's definitely one I have to check out. Vincent, nice to highlight people. Yeah, man, I thought this would be cool just to sort of, a lot of these channels like really underappreciated. So, if you look at Renata's channel, only 81 subscribers and, views in the hundreds, but I feel like she deserves a lot more. And as with a lot of these channels I'm talking about. Okay, next up, the man himself, Cooper from Shoots with Coops. Now, you probably have a higher chance of having heard of Cooper's channel. He's again based back in my hometown of Perth over in the West. And he's been doing stuff for quite a while now, for a few years. And Cooper was probably the first Australian YouTube, creator that I subscribed to out of all of these. So I think he was one of the first I discovered after Nick and I started our channel some time ago. I've collaborated with Cooper. He's become what I'd consider a good friend now. And he's been putting out videos for, look at this, 3 years. And highlighting his journey when it comes to, a lot of gear and photography and sort of theory tutorials, really interesting insight into things like getting paid to shoot film, darkroom stuff, lenses, printing. He's a great advocate of printing, and he does a bit of darkroom stuff. So really good variety in Cooper's channel. Even the vlogs he does. Him and I went down on a road trip over in Perth, and I'm hoping to, catch up with him again so that we can collaborate again, because that was really fun. Cooper's a great dude. And he's slowed down a little bit on the videos recently because he became a dad earlier this year, which is completely explanatory. But yeah, he's still been trying to put out videos when he can. Last one was about his journey to the Leica M6, which we'll see how long you stick with that, Cooper. But yeah, hopefully it's a keeper. All right. So next up, another Melbourne local, Tanolog. Now this channel's by Tom. His Instagram and YouTube name is Tanolog. Again, not been making film photography related videos for a huge amount of time, but what he has put out has been some, good quality stuff, very real, nothing pretentious. I like his stuff, so hopefully he keeps putting out more videos. I need to check out his latest one here, shooting medium format portraits of a model in a spot that I recognize. We live pretty close, so yeah, he could be another person I could collaborate with, hopefully sometime down the track. All right. So now, another great channel that has been active for quite a while, not as much recently. And Jess, I know you've been saying that you want to make more videos more often, and I know she's very busy, but you need to check out Viva La Film if you haven't already. Jess is another friend and fellow photographer and YouTube creator. We've collaborated in videos and in a workshop that I ran over in Sydney. Great content. She really knows her stuff. So this is someone highly knowledgeable. If you like that kind of content, both knowledgeable and creative, and which makes a great combination, I feel. So looking at the list of videos, she goes back a few years, and again, she's not able to put out stuff as frequently as some other creators, but what she does put out is really good. So definitely check her out, whether you're based here or Sydney or wherever. Really good stuff. And the last video she made was 5 months ago, and I think she needs to put out some more. Anyway, so that's my list of Aussie YouTube channels that I try and watch whenever I get the chance. Let me know any others that I've missed here, especially if you're watching this post-stream, because I know there's probably a lot more out there, a lot of channels that might have started, especially during this lockdown period that I'm not aware of. And yeah, I thought I'd share those with you guys. So anyway, I'm just going to look at my little list of things that I wanted to go over here. So yeah, I did a little bit of a Q&A thing. If anyone has questions here, please feel free to ask in the comments. But I had a few questions come through on Instagram. I won't go through a whole lot, just a few, and answer some of these questions. So one of the first ones I had was, are you into any Japanese photography? Now, I'm actually quite ashamed to say that I'm not really familiar with many Japanese photographers. I've been recommended a few and failed to go ahead and actually check out more of their stuff. I am familiar with some of the work of people like Daido Moriyama, but I know there are so many amazing Japanese photographers out there. And as much as I am a fan of Japanese culture and history, and I've been to Japan 4 times, overwhelmingly unfamiliar with Japanese photographers. So that was from Mitch. So you commenting live now in the live comments? Yeah, great. Thanks for that question, man. But please send me your recommendations if you have any. I know I've had a few, and I'd like to get some more maybe photo books by great Japanese photographers. So that's something I need to sort of get into more. All right. So next question was from Vincent Perry Jr., who was also here in the live stream. And by the way, if you guys don't follow Vincent Perry Jr. on Instagram and on YouTube, he puts out some great stuff based overseas. I know this is about Australian channels, but you should check out Vincent's stuff. Really great dude, putting out some great content. His question was, what's the first feeling you had when you stepped outside to shoot again? And this is because in Melbourne here, we recently had our months long lockdown eased back a fair bit, and I managed to finally go out and shoot. And the feeling I had was, obviously great. It was good to get back outside, that feeling of freedom. Imagine having a hobby like street photography or getting out into nature and shooting just for the fun of it and not being able to do it for months. It just felt like a huge relief. It feels really good. And, here in Melbourne, we had this second wave and really had to lock down for a while and try and do the right thing. And yeah, it just felt really good. And it so happened that the weather was amazing on the first day I got to properly go out and shoot. And I'll talk a bit more about that later, but that was a great feeling for sure. All right. So Alan in the comments, hey Hashim, love the feed. Cheers from rainy Sydney. Yay, more channels to watch. Kiwi but awesome. Paul C. Smith does amazing landscapes. Yeah, so you know what? I actually thought about Paul's a great dude. I do subscribe to Paul's channel. So his channel name is Paul C. Smith. Yeah, but let's just call him an honorary Aussie for the time being, and definitely guys should check out Paul C. Smith's channel. He puts out some amazing work. And Alan is saying some more Chinese, Chang Corey Liu, some amazing gear. Okay, cool. All right, so next question on Instagram was, is photography your full-time job? And the answer to that is a bit complicated. It isn't really. For the longest time, I was juggling both freelance photography in events, such as corporate events and weddings, but also doing a part-time job, which a long time ago was in a camera store. That was replaced with a different part-time job with less hours, running photo booths for events and stuff like that. And then now with this lockdown period, a lot of that work has died off. So I'm not sure if I'm going to sort of try and push focus back into photography as a full-time job, because that might be quite difficult given the lack of events and weddings, especially for the time being. And maybe get another sort of regular day job and still go back to juggling that with photography. So not quite my full-time job, but sort of. Anyway, Local Finder is my favorite channel on YouTube, but he speaks Japanese. Okay. I could still check that out if he has, captions or, something like that. Could be worth checking out, but thanks for the suggestion. So, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on the situation. So yes, here in Melbourne, we did have our lockdown eased significantly, and we were in lockdown for a few months. So I did finally get the chance to go out and shoot. One of the great things is this means more videos with more variety, I guess, now that I can actually go out and film videos outside and take photos outside and do photo road trips and things like that. I'm really looking forward to putting out a higher variety of content. And one of the first things I did, as Vincent asked me about before in the question, was to go out and shoot. And all I did is just took my Leica. I had a half-finished roll of HP5. I shot through that, took my 645, shot through a roll of Ektar, and even some Vision 500T in the Leica again, which yeah, I was really happy with the results and with the experience of shooting it even more so. And I did put that up. That was my most recent video on the channel. If you haven't seen it already and you feel like checking it out, that's this one that you guys should be seeing here, which was I called it a point of view street photography video. And I'm quite a fan of POV videos. I'd never done one myself until now. So this is my first POV video. Quality, I know, isn't great. Some of the camera angles you can see here are quite wonky, but I just had, you know, a GoPro style thing, an Osmo on top of the camera, and I went around shooting during this great light in an area that's only a few suburbs away from me, and it was just great fun. So I enjoy making these kind of videos. If you check it out, let me know what you think and what you think of some of the photos. But yeah, that was heaps of fun, and I'm looking forward to getting out and shooting more. So that is the latest update on the current situation there. Another thing I wanted to mention is that the latest film I'm shooting is one I'm quite excited for. So that is Piranha P30. This film was really hard to get your hands on down here in Australia for the longest time, and it's already pretty hard to get your hands on worldwide given the limited production and the struggles that this company has been going through ever since their revival. But yeah, this is my first roll of Piranha P30. I've actually already loaded it in my Leica M4. So I'm currently shooting through that. I'm going to do my first impressions / review of this film. Really looking forward to the results. And I need to give a shout out to YouTube creator called The Naked Photographer. I'm pretty sure that's his name. His name's Gregory, but he put out a video review of this film. If you haven't checked it out, you are curious about it. His information was really useful for me knowing how to go ahead and expose this film, because there's some interesting facts about it. The fact that it actually is an orthochromatic sensitivity, things like that, technical stuff. But yeah, definitely shout out to him for that video. And I'm looking forward to getting my film, you know, shooting it all, developing it, getting the results, sharing it with you guys. Cool. All right, next thing, last thing I wanted to really share with you guys is a cool little thing I found out this morning. So you might have seen some time ago, I collaborated and appeared on Ribsy's channel over in the UK. His channel is called Doing Film Things. And we had a chat about Kodak Ektar, because I had done my review about Ektar. You know, my favorite film was the name of the video. And then he reached out to me about questions on scanning it. And we just had a little chat. But really cool thing is that Kodak Professional shared that on their Twitter this morning. Well, this morning my time, but Ribsy sent me a message. He said, have you seen this? Kodak shared the video. Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, they just mentioned our little chat. And I think, yeah, that's a cool little thing that I thought I'd share. And yeah, Ribsy's a cool dude. Definitely check out his channel too if you haven't. He's based over in the UK. But that was a fun little chat we had about Ektar. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. I didn't want to make this too long, just a quick little live stream and sort of update Q&A. Thanks for joining if you have joined live. The next video I want to do for a live stream is probably, I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely going to happen sooner or later, whether it's next weekend or not. But that will be this one, talking about the suffering of light. Let me just switch camera view so you can get a better look at this fantastic book. But yeah, Alex Webb's The Suffering of Light. I did a book sharing live stream on one of his other books called Istanbul, City of 100 Names. And that was really great. And I said that I would do a future book sharing live stream on The Suffering of Light. This is an amazing photo book. Alex Webb's someone hugely inspirational to me. So look forward to that. I'm going to hopefully try and do that next week. We'll see how we go. I've got some other live streams planned, but that's a great photo book that I want to definitely share with you guys and go over in a little bit of detail. All right, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining another Sunday live stream. Thanks for all the support as usual. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're based, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.